Time to welcome in the man, the ultimate NBA insider who broke this story with our own Ramona Shelburne, the one and only Adrian Wojnarowski. Woj, how did this trade happen so quickly? Break this down for us.
Stephen, over the last few days, these talks started to gain some momentum, and ultimately, Brooklyn and Philadelphia were the two teams who were willing to kind of go the distance in putting packages together to try to get a player of James Harden's caliber. Those talks went through last night into this morning, and then this afternoon, really once Houston found a fourth team in the deal, Indiana, to move Karis LeVert for Victor Oladipo, there was a trade in place, and this is what Brooklyn wanted to do all along. Find a third star for Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. They did it. They did it at a steep price, but they've landed James Harden.
Woj, how long had this been percolating? We've been hearing about this for quite some time, that James Harden obviously wanted to end up in Brooklyn. But then we were here in Philadelphia, and then you take into consideration Kyrie Irving and what's been going on in Brooklyn. Is this something that's been percolating over the last several weeks, or is this something that really elevated to a level of urgency once Kyrie Irving had been gone from the Brooklyn Nets over the past few games?
Well, Stephen, really since James Harden and Kevin Durant were playing pickup in the offseason in L.A., and started to talk about this idea. And Harden told the Rockets that he wanted to be traded, that Brooklyn was his focus. And he added teams in there. He was open. He was more than open to going to the Sixers. But ultimately, and I think too here in the last week for the Nets, the urgency to get James Harden, I do think was heightened by what's gone on with Kyrie Irving, because Brooklyn's already got to be thinking about Kevin Durant's future. And even though there's still 2 years left on his deal, they got to make sure Kevin Durant wants to continue his career here. He's come back at an all-world level off that Achilles injury. And getting James Harden, hopefully the Nets think to play with Kyrie and KD, but it gives them another superstar co-star for Kevin Durant, regardless of what Kyrie's future is with the Nets.